So those are the most clicked stories. The debate's getting some buzz online today. Well, one of the most discussed stories is the housing market slump. Estate agents saying property sales are at the lowest levels in 30 years as house prices continue to fall. So, should you try and cut out the middleman and sell your house directly online? Experts say it won't necessarily make it any easier because of the market conditions.
Key problems we have at the moment are that house prices are falling. Interest rates in the real world have actually gone up since last summer, even though bank rate has fallen by 0.75%. There is much less competition in the mortgage market, and for borrowers who need to borrow more than 75% of the value of their property, they are having to pay much higher rates than before. So all those factors coming together means that the market is very soft at the moment.
Live to our central London studio now, Graham Locke is with us tonight, formerly a traditional estate agent. He now runs housenetwork.co.uk, which charges a flat fee for their services. Graham, good to see you. Figures showing sales are a 30-year low. Are you seeing that in terms of your business as well?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, 2007 you had 1.7 million property transactions, and this year we're estimating around 1 million, so it's quite a severe fall.
Does being an internet-only company help you? Lower overheads and all that kind of stuff?
It does, yeah. We run a traditional model, but what we've done is brought it off the high street because of the cost of running that many branches would be astronomical for us. It'd be very difficult for us to cope in this environment. So we offer a full estate agency service, yet we don't have that expense. So it's very, it's a lot easier for us in this climate to actually survive.
Interesting blog we found here, which you won't be surprised, estate agents are amongst the most hated, along with journalists and all that kind of career path. I bought 4 houses in my life. Every estate agent with whom I've dealt with, all from big so-called reputable firms, has lied to me. And I mean lied, telling me things he or she knew to be false, rather than merely offering me false information by mistake. I don't want house prices to collapse. I'm not that stupid. But anything that causes estate agencies to go bust, well, there's got to be something said for it. Fair comment?
There's a lot of estate agencies, so they're obviously going to have some bad experiences, but I think that person will probably be pleased to know that 4,000 of us will go out of business this year, so it's going to be quite severe. They're closing down at a rate of approximately 75 branches a week, but there's a lot of good agents out there, and I think if you're going to deal with one, make sure they're NAEA registered like House Network are. That will ensure you've got protection throughout the whole process.
NAEA, tell us what that is.
That's National Association of Estate Agents.
Right, and that's some kind of kite mark, is it? It means they're a reliable bunch.
It is, yeah. There's certain code of practices you have to adhere to, because at the moment in this country anyone can start up an estate agency and you don't have to be part of that code of conduct. So if you do use an estate agent, ensure they are part of it. Okay,
here's another blog we found today. It's difficult for buyers and sellers to remove themselves from the emotional aspects of negotiation. This is where a real good estate agent comes in handy. They can be unemotional about the transaction. Agents work professionally to present their client's case in the best light and therefore are able to obtain the best results from their client. So you have a supporter in that, and I suppose that argument would still hold water even though you're online rather than in the high street.
Exactly, yeah. As I say, we offer a full estate agency service, so from start to finish you have an account manager who will look after your property from the first viewing that we arrange for our clients right the way through to exchange and completion. So you'll get a weekly sales update call telling you how it's going. That's all part of our high customer service that we offer, and more agents should do that. They should be more proactive in contacting the client, saying, look, your buyer's struggling here, or we might need another week. Just keep them in touch of how the sale's going, because conveyancers or solicitors, if you like, will run the sale on the legal side of things, but the agent's there as a go-between to give information to not just the seller but also to the buyer.
Okay, Graham, is it going to get any better anytime soon, or are we in for a gloomy time?
I'm afraid it's a little bit gloomy. My prediction is between 12 and 18 months' time we'll start to see sales agreed ratios going up again, but for the next 12 to 18 months I'd sit tight, and I'd like to reassure people out there not to panic. If you are experiencing negative equity in the next 12 months, just sit calm and keep your mortgage payments up and you'll be fine.
Okay, thanks, Graham. Another story getting a lot of buzz is the virtual advice service set up by a charity